I want to do a quick update on the Lister D restoration, which I started a few months ago. It's coming on really well. Let's show you what I've done so far, just to recap. I've put the engine back together with all the parts that I could salvage from the original machine. The block's been changed, as you saw from a previous video. The old block had it. I've cleaned up all the metal parts with a wire brush on the grinding wheel and wire brushed all the old paint off. I've got everything moving lovely and sweet. Tested the spark and cleaned the magneto. That runs fine. Got myself a fuel cap over there for the Lister because it was missing. The whole machine's been put back together, and I've even bought, see, little washers there. Check whether your Lister's got that. I've put them on all mine. It just makes this straight to this. If you don't put them washers in, you can adjust it slightly, but it throws it all out. I find the washers are critical to keep that nice and straight. There is an adjustment here you can use just to bring that in and out, but it seems to work better with washers there. Just a sideline, I digress. I've put a new flywheel on here. That's a large belt flywheel. Obviously before it didn't have it, it just had the shaft coming out, so I've fitted that nicely. Had to heat that up with a blowtorch, a big blowtorch, and tap it on with a copper hammer. Now the machine's been put back together. Let me get out of the light. It's been put back together with no lubricant and no oil. See that there? Lister spanner. And the way I hold it on is with a little magnet there. Put a magnet on the Lister, just for display purposes. Holds it on there nicely. So it hasn't got a piston. I've managed to get a new piston, which is here. This piston's going to go inside it. It's in lovely condition, no problems whatsoever with that. So the whole machine's gone back together without any oil, without any gaskets, because I have the head gasket here. That's going to go up the top. In fact, it goes just in there, just in that gap there. Anybody watching this probably knows that anyway. In fact, I've got it round the wrong. In fact, have I got it round the wrong way? No, that's correct. It goes that way, straight in. It's a copper gasket. I believe it's got asbestos in between that. Two copper outers and a bit of asbestos in the middle. I think it's the original. Bought a brand new set of gaskets. They do supply the head gasket, but I still use the original copper one. The whole machine's gone back together. The handle turns. Let's see if we can turn it. Hang on. Just to give you an idea. So the whole thing will turn, because obviously there's no piston in there. Found the serial number of the engine just there. In fact, if you want to look it up, I'd be interested. 2156DH12. 2156DH12. And I've also got for when we do the timing, there it is. There's the spark, see it? And there's the TDC, top dead centre. Just there. I hope it's coming out on the film. That's your marker. So top dead centre is there. That means the piston is right at the top. But you set your time into spark just there on the little lightning strike. So we put your piston in, turn it to there, which is that's a proper measurement there. I can't remember what it is, but it's X amount before top dead center. So you set top dead center, go to the spark, then you take your magneto apart and you get it just so that the points just start to open when it hits that spark sign on the flywheel, and that's your timing set. We'll go through that in more detail nearer the time. The machine's coming on really well since I've put the new block on it. Obviously the old block I had to get rid of, and the old, it's not COVID, and the old piston as well. The magneto's giving a nice spark. Once we get round to stripping it down, because as you'll know, these machines weigh quite a bit, so I can't lift it off the bench. It's too heavy. It's much too heavy to lift off the bench. So what we'll do is we will take it apart again, dismantle it and rebuild it straight onto the trolley, which I'm about to build. I've got the hardwood here. They're the lengths for the trolley. So obviously these will be screwed into this, and the trolley will run that way. 1, 2 with wheels here. 1, 2. Then I've got the side piece there, that's going to be chopped in half, and that'll give me the H trolley. And then to put the wheels on, you use these, screw those in, put your axle through there, and then your wheel will go here. But obviously that will be on the large part on that bit there. So you have two of those, and then the H piece in the middle, forming the trolley. Once we've got the trolley, I'll have to get some wheels. Once we've got the wheels, we can start taking this apart. Just admire my welding, taking it apart and rebuilding it. This had nothing, it was completely open. So what I did was I welded a bit of plate on there, but this is so thin, every time you arced it up, it just burst straight through the metal. So that took a bit of skill to do that. I mean, it's okay, it's not brilliant, but it's going to do the job. That's as far as I've got with the lister. So just to sum up, it's all back together, it's all been rebuilt. It just needs stripping down, it needs rebuilding on the trolley once the trolley's made, oil, etc, etc, put inside, gaskets put inside, timing done, and then it should start. I don't see any reason why it did start. My only regret is I didn't take any film of this when I first got it, and it was in a right state. It was one of those listers you see for sale for 50 quid, because it is literally finished. And it's lucky because I had the spare block and the spare piston that I managed to save this one. I think it would have been a write-off otherwise. So that's it. What I am looking for, I'm missing. I've got this. I'm happy with that. But if I just put the camera around the other side, I'm missing. Can you see the plate? It's got the warning disconnecting frost, but the serial number plate's missing. So I need one of them. And what I'll do is I'll re-stamp this serial number onto it so that it all matches. So if you can tell me the date of it, that'd be great. Shove it in the comments. It's Lister D. There's your serial number. Someone can look it up. There's the magneto. So magneto got a date on it. Cannot see. 62. 1962, that magneto. That's a Lucas. It's a good one. Thank you very much for watching. Please keep watching my videos. I am learning a lot as I go along. My next project is going to be the rebuild of a torpedo engine, which I'm going to strip down and rebuild. That's going to be a good one. And I've got another video which I'm preparing on a ship's bell that I have, which has got quite a story behind it. So that's going to be coming out in the next, hopefully the next week or so. Thank you to whoever the chap was that inquired how this was coming on. You prompted me to get out here and film this little update. So as you can see, it's coming on really nice. What I have done is I've left A little bit of steel polish, like wire-walled, and a little bit of green paint, a little bit of green paint, a little bit of steel, wire-walled again. I think it looks good. Rather than slapping green all over it, a little bit of both. I quite like that. If you look on my other videos, you'll see I've done other listed these. I've done 2 in the past. They come out really well, but I painted them all green. But this one, I'm quite fond of this one. This one I think looks, it looks as good, if not slightly better. Thank you so much for watching, and have a nice day.